Hi guys, welcome back. As you can probably tell, we're in the fume cupboard today. Just a little quickie for you. So one of the things that came out of the restoration of the steam model built by the dad of UK Scale Modeller. This is a restoration I did as a favour for a friend. I actually grooved this fill port here so that the 5p used to cover the fill hole in the burner could actually be used to tighten it up. But he requested at the time to basically put a bar into it. Now I'd filed it out to about the same width as some of my brazing rod anyway, so it's pretty handy. No issues with that. I did also discuss with him the possibility of having something more like this, which is one of my standard 1/4 inch fill ports. I'll do a video of those being fabricated. Actually, it's now that I've got the lathe set up, it's a lot easier to do, so can sort that out. But because of the design of this, where the cylinder itself is kind of the round tube sticking out of a metal plate, a flat piece behind, it's probably going to look better, truth be told, to have a similar effect on the actual fill cap itself. So all we're doing here is silver soldering this onto the top of that. Super easy job. This, by the way, was just cut to the length with an angle grinder and then just put in the lathe and filed off at the end. So I'll just insert a quick clip of that right here. There we go. Just roughly cut to size. Slap that in the chuck. Nice and close in. I'm wearing a full face shield for this. Strongly recommend, if you're working on a lathe, that you don't take any chances, so goggles don't quite cut it. I'm using this tool here on the underneath, because that way it's always pulling away from me rather than forcing the tool back in my face. So if it did get pulled, it would throw backwards rather than straight up in my face. Steadying my hand on the bed of the lathe here as well, just to make sure it doesn't touch the chuck with the fire, and that the chuck doesn't catch my knuckles either. Keeping the file moving so it doesn't score the surface and leave striations. Leave that done. Quick off just with an old Scotch-Brite pad. Make it nice and sharp. Pop it out, same with the other end. Okay, there you go. So nice and easy job. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this actually in one of the metal inserts. That's just a piece of tube that's bored out, tapped, and then stepped so that it sits nicely when you're soldering it in. Again, cover that in another video at some point. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to hold this in that so that it's nice and secure and doesn't damage the thread. I'm going to hold that in a vice grip. Okay, so that's loose. The pressure and any subsequent marking is going to be on that really that sacrificial piece of threaded tube there, and all we're going to do is heat that up and drop that bar onto the top of it. Okay, so here's the bar. nicely rounded at both ends. Make sure it's a decent size, which it is. Happy enough with that. I'm going to just give this a quick clean up with some wire wool. Make it nice and shiny. Okay, so that's good and clean. Keep that on a pair of needle nose bent tip pliers, just so that I've got it handy when I need to pop that on. Now I'm going to tin the slot that this is going to go into with silver solder, and the soldering rod itself comes with flux on the outside. What I'm going to do here is just crack a little bit of this off and actually lay that in the groove. It's not the easiest thing to position, and these rods are a bit clumsy when you have everything really hot. So here we go. Going to use mapped gas. Gets very, very hot, and I'm using a fine flame torch for this. Be careful with this, because this is a brazing rod. If I get this too hot, it will melt. Nice and central. Okay, just let that melt back down in. No, perfect. So this is still held in that little insert. So give it a good old brush now. give it a quick whiz with a wire brush too. That's cool enough. Cool enough to handle now. Just. Lovely. Now I can just back this out of the sleeve that's kept the thread safe all this time. Happy with that. Let's fit it back into the model. Now, little known fact about these threaded pieces is that the fibre washers that come with them, almost invariably on the professionally built models, there's multiples of them. One of them to actually provide the necessary sealing, but the other one to just pad the joint out a bit so it gets tight when it gets to a convenient position like that, or vertical. In this particular case, I've got extremely lucky because that is perfect. So that now matches the cylinder. Lovely job. There you go, part 2 complete. Thank you for trusting me with this model, Mr. UK Scale Modeller, aka Ian. It's been an absolute pleasure working on it, and very much looking forward to putting it back in your hand next time I'm back in town. So take it easy, and to everyone else out there, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Cheers.